So he had priors.
He had priors, but he just hadn't been caught yet.
Aha.
He had a weapon. He had the gun that he shot the kid with was an illegal weapon. He had the serial numbers filed off of it, and it was a gun that he shouldn't have had.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate that. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Well, Vinnie, how you doing this week, buddy?
I'm doing okay, buddy. How about you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Had some nice weather.
Oh, yeah. Real nice weather so far. Yeah.
So far, yeah. Well, Vinnie, I thought this week we'd talk about a murder case that I worked.
Okay.
Long time ago, Vinnie. Long time ago. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Okay.
But after you work so many cases, they all start to run together, and they all feel like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, I bet.
This was a case that happened at Church's Chicken.
I like Church's Chicken.
Me too. I love Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
This happened at closing time.
Yeah.
And this was young kids. This was he was about 15, 16 years old, and he just had a bad attitude. This was down off of Cleveland Avenue.
That's south of Atlanta.
That's south
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And this kid walked in, and he was arguing with his girlfriend, and he knew the people that worked at churches, and he walked in, and he shot a 17-year-old that worked there and killed him.
He's arguing with his girlfriend, and he shoots one of the workers.
Yes.
So obviously it was about, what did he think that the girl was cheating with him?
Well, I'll tell you the motive a little later on.
Okay.
And I was hired in on the case to locate several of the witnesses and to do some preliminary work and to help.
As far as what? Preliminary work as far as what?
I was hired by the family of the deceased 17-year-old and their attorney to just to do some preliminary work to see what was going on, to see if the girlfriend was actually involved, because the prosecutor said that the girlfriend was not involved.
So preliminary work would entail maybe looking at security videos or interviewing
witnesses, locating witnesses, because when the shooting happened, they scattered.
Yeah, of course.
And nobody wants to talk. Nobody sees anything. Nobody heard anything. And when you come with a gun and a badge, nobody will talk.
Yeah.
So the family got me involved to try to talk to these people to see if I could find out anything as a third party, no arresting powers,
neutral party,
so to speak, So I'm interviewing witnesses.
And you were able to track down witnesses, like people that were there that night?
I was able to track down a few witnesses. And
how do you go about doing that? I mean, how?
Well, I get I get the police report, and I get a supplemental report. First of all, the police come out, the black and white, so to speak, the police in uniform come out, and they do a report, and they get a list of everybody that was employed there that night. And so you start with that. And then the detectives comes out and they do an arrest report or a secondary report, an investigative report that has all of the fine details that the uniformed police officers don't do. And it has a lot of other people listed in this. They go further. They get a full list of all the employees and everything. So you just start with that list. And then you just go down that list and you just start talking. And when you go to interviewing these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, their parents are there. And when you start talking to their parents and you say, look, you don't want to lie, because if you start lying, then it can come back on you. You may not have seen anything, but if you lie, now they're going to get you for interfering with an investigation or lying during an investigation. So they'll talk to you, and after a while, you stick around long enough on an investigation, your face gets known, you get friendly with a couple of people, they'll start talking a little bit.
Okay.
So I interview a bunch of people and talk to, after probably 2 or 3 months on the case, they start talking to me a little bit. And this kid hung out at this particular Church's Fried Chicken all the time. He knew the people there. And he'd been arguing with his girlfriend. And this kid messed up his life. And he ended up being...
Before he shot the guy or after he shot the guy?
Well,
definitely messed up his life after he shot him.
Well, he was on the path to messing up his life.
So he had priors.
He had priors, but he just hadn't been caught yet.
Aha.
He had a weapon. He had the gun that he shot the kid with was an illegal weapon. He had the serial numbers filed off of it, and it was a gun that he shouldn't have had.
Right.
And so when I finally poked and prodded and talked to enough people, and when I finally got to the right person who was there that night and spoke to one of the coworkers who actually witnessed the shooting, he said, and this was a quote, he said he was mad at his girlfriend and he just wanted to fuck somebody up.
Wow.
That's why he shot the kid. That was his motive.
Ugh, terrible. Terrible.
That was the whole thing. That was that was just this. So he killed an innocent 17-year-old male, and that was the reason.
Wow.
He was 16 years old.
Wow.
When he shot and killed him.
What were they arguing about? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
Must have been.
I'm sure it probably came out in court.
Yeah. You never listen to me. What? What are you talking about? What did I just say? I don't know. Let's get some chicken.
You let DeMarcus cheat off of you in science? What?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah. I've been mad at girlfriends before.
Yeah, really.
But never that mad.
No.
And I own guns.
Yeah, me too.
I own guns.
Yeah, I started owning guns when I was about 12 years old, 10 or 12. My father gave me my first gun.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But never, ever did I ever think about shooting someone or hurting someone with my weapon.
No,
never.
Me neither.
Never had that thought, Vinnie.
I think I might have even said this on this show before, but I always look at guns as something I want to have in case I need it, but I hope I never need it.
I look at guns more as two different ways I look at guns. One, I look at it as something I collect.
Oh, how many do you have?
150.
Really?
Yeah, probably 100, 150.
Wow, that's like James Gregory level.
Yeah, I have a lot of guns,
Wow.
and but a lot of my guns are from. I mean, I have guns, Vinny, that's from 18. I guess my oldest gun is from 1895.
Is that a real gun or is it a replica?
No, 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 no. I have no replicas. I have no replicas. All of my guns are original mint guns that were minted, not replicas. They're not. They wasn't minted.
That's
They wasn't replicated in 1980. These are real guns that were made. These guns cannot shoot modern bullets. If I wanted to shoot these guns, I would have to go find somebody who make black powder bullets because modern bullets shoot too hard and would break the guns apart.
yeah, yeah. I have. That's amazing, buddy. You have like a like collector guns. Yeah,
Yes.
I have one replica gun. It's a 45 Thompson. It's a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
It's weighted just like a real one. It
Yeah.
fires just like a real one. It's just not automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a replica. It's not really from the 1930s or whatever they were
Yeah.
making those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 100. So what is your philosophy about guns? You look at guns how? One, you collect them. What's the other one?
One as I collect, and then the other is for protection.
Yeah.
And I grew up with guns. I grew up in the country. You have to remember, I grew up in the country. I grew up in the mountains. I grew up in the country.
Yeah.
I hunted all my life. I have never sold a gun. I have got every gun I have ever purchased or is ever given to me.
Yeah.
I have never sold a gun. If a gun was given to me, I've got it. If I bought it, I've got it. I've never gotten rid of a gun. I've got
Wow.
every gun I've ever purchased.
That's awesome, buddy. 150 guns. Wow. So,
And that's just an estimate. I've never counted them. I mean, my insurance agent knows how many I've got. He's got the serial number to every one.
oh, okay.
I've got them insured. I've got some expensive guns. I've got collector guns. I've got guns. I've got competition pistols.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232. So I assume, and I think it's safe to assume, that this 16-year-old kid, was found guilty and is in prison.
Yeah, he got life in prison.
Yeah,
He was tried as an adult.
tried as an adult, got life in prison. Oh my God, that's got to be tough, man, for this kid just waking up every day going, man, I should have just dumped the bitch. I should,
Well,
it's like that. It's like that's. I think his name is Scott Peterson, the guy
yeah,
who killed his pregnant wife, and dumped her in the lake. You
yeah.
know, and he just
Dumped her in the bay. Yeah,
dumped her in the bay. The only, I mean, and only because he was having an affair and didn't want to give her alimony or pay child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm saying this guy's got to wake up every day going, oh man, look at my life now. I should have just paid the alimony.
Well, I mean, but he didn't have any kids with her. I mean, he wasn't married.
She was pregnant with his baby.
Yes, he was, but this kid wasn't married or nothing. They were still in high school.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's got to be harder for him. I mean, this kid didn't even get a chance to live, and he made a stupid. I mean, what the heck was he thinking?
And he didn't. I mean, when he shot the kid and killed him, he left and tried to hide, but he wasn't even smart enough to hide. They found him within an hour and a half.
He didn't pick up any chicken or nothing.
No, I guess he had it beforehand.
I would have at least gotten me a 3-piece.
Well, yeah,
3-piece and a biscuit, maybe a side.
Well, I had got a couple sides. That's the best thing about churches is their sides.
Yeah, they got great sides.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he just killed him, walked out. Where'd they find him?
In the apartment complex where he lived.
He went home?
No, he didn't go home, but he was hiding in the apartment complex he lived in. But no, he wasn't at his apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't, just no thinking things through.
Yeah.
Here's the way that I look at that, Vinny. At least before he made the decision to kill somebody, he had a nice woman to hug up to.
Yeah.
The next day, he was someone's nice woman.
It's a hug up. That was getting hugged up too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this nice woman. Yeah, sure. She's a pain in the ass right now. We're arguing, but hey, at least I got freedom and church's chicken. You know, I mean, this guy.
Well, look at it one way. One day you've got a pincushion. The next day you are the pincushion.
That's this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense, Vinny. I'm sorry to sound like that, but I mean, I think about it. I mean, do you really want to wake up being Bubba's bitch every day of your life? And I don't mean voluntarily.
Yeah.
I mean, this is being forced on you.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from the life he took, because it was a poor, innocent life. And this guy did not deserve what he got.
No.
He did not deserve what he got at all. This poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
Yeah.
But this idiot is in prison. And I don't care how bad he thinks he is. These 2 or 3 guys that are just having their way with him.
In prison, there's someone better. There's someone better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just at the drop of a...
I mean, he may be what, it's been what, 10, probably 10, 20 years. So he's got to be in his 30s maybe by now, maybe even his 40s. So he may be high in the pecking order because he's in for murder, but he ain't the toughest in there. I guarantee you. No.
Well, he had to sell his soul to the devil to get high in that pecking order.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever talked to anyone who's been in prison, but I've talked to a lot. I've interviewed a lot of people who's been in prison. I've actually went into jailhouses and interviewed people in prison. And it is not a pretty sight. They love young kids in prison. I mean, it's just, they will rape them daily. I mean, just, we will talk about a story where that I actually sit in court and listen to a court case about a guy being raped in prison. It was not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
To listen to his attorney tell about this guy being raped. And he went in and this is a good time to tell the story. Remember Little B? Remember Little B is the guy who, he was 14 years old, shot and killed the man for asking for directions in downtown Atlanta.
Guy asked for directions, gets shot and killed.
He pulls into a gas station, and Little B was 14 years old, and he says, "Turn your lights out." The guy says, "Man, I'm lost. I'm just asking for directions." Little B said, "Don't diss me, man." He goes, "I'm sorry. I'll leave." He gets back in his car. Little B pulls a gun out of his waistband, shoots and kills him in front of his wife and 2 kids, bends over, looks in the car and says, "Told you, don't diss me, bitch." Walks off. Little B gets tried as an adult, goes to prison. Fast forward about 3 years. I'm sitting in court waiting to speak to a judge. And Little B's sitting there in jail. And Little B's...
He's sitting in jail. You mean he's in the court?
He's in court. Little B's sitting in court.
Right.
And, and I don't know if you've ever been in court, probably not. Most people doesn't recognize the scene, but
I've been to
what they
court a
do.
couple times. Not. I mean, and when I say I've been to court, I've been to court, of course, for a couple of traffic things, but a few times for jury duty. And
Okay,
but I've never gotten the jury duty.
okay, you know how they got the seats for the jurors.
Yes.
They got 6 seats here and 6 seats here,
Yes.
like this offset.
Yes, sir.
Now, so the back row's higher than the front row.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what they do is they bring the prisoners in handcuffs and chained together,
Mm-hmm.
and their orange jumpsuits when they have court, and they make them sit in the jury box, and they don't let them come up in front of the judge. They just make them stay there. So when they have court, they do come to court. And
Now,
then
if this kid was tried as an adult and sentenced to jail, why was he coming to court 4 years later?
Because he filed a petition to be put in solitary confinement, and he was coming in front of the judge to ask the judge to put him in solitary confinement.
Oh, for this reason. Okay, go ahead.
So his attorney asked, they didn't call him Little B, they called him by his name, and I don't remember what his name was.
Okay.
And he asked the judge, they said, can we put him in solitary confinement? And the judge says, no, you can't do it. And he says, but Your Honor, he just got out of the hospital. He says he has stitches because he was raped. And he still has stitches in his backside. And the judge says, I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Said, General Pop.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And he says, but he has stitches. And the judge says, I don't care.
Yeah.
Said, I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Said, that's not a reason.
Yeah.
That's prison. That's big boy prison. That's what happens when you kill somebody.
Yeah.
And the judge and his attorney says, but Your Honor. He says, but no honor.
Yeah.
He said, but this is the 8th time we've had to take him and get him sewn up.
Shit.
8 times.
Yeah.
And so he said, so you don't understand. When he went into general population, when he was convicted, when he committed the crime, he was 14. By the time the trial was over, he was 16. He went into general population at 16. He's now 19. He's considered young meat.
Yeah.
They are going to continue to do this. He cannot defend himself.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to do this to him.
Yeah.
The judge says, I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Don't bring your sob story to me.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying, but this is the 8th time it's going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
And the judge said, well, when does he get the stitches out?
Yeah.
He said, in 2 days. He said, you can have 2 days in solitary confinement and back into general pop. Don't come back in front of me.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. My skin is crawling, bro. Yeah.
Now so you think about that.
Yeah.
That's how bad you're treated as young meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this guy was 19 and now remember, this 14-year-old punk was so bad that he killed a man for dissing him. That's how mean he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a mean thug on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now he's sitting in court crying at 19 like a little baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're raping him daily to the point they're ripping him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what's the matter, boy? You're getting dissed?
Yeah.
You're getting dissed a little bit?
Yeah, I bet he'd like to shoot the judge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judge going, I didn't kill anybody. I don't care.
Listen, buddy. Listen, it's horrific, but I agree with him.
I agree with him too.
Especially under the context that he killed this man. This guy was just asking for directions, and the guy killed him in front of his family. And better. I told you not to disrespect. Don't diss me, bitch. Yeah, you get what you. Hey, man, he gets what he gets.
His wife testified
Yeah.
that she was picking her husband's brain out of the car seat
Yeah.
of her child's, out of her children in the back seat,
Yeah.
and putting it back in her husband's head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you want me to care that this guy's being raped?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't kill somebody in your next life. This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
Think about his wife testifying in open court that she was in shock to the point that she thought that she could pick the brains out of the car seat off of her children and put them back in her husband's head and save his life.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Shock. Total shock.
And you want me to even do anything other than laugh at this little punk because he's being raped?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
I wanted to stand up and applaud the judge.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have got me for contempt of court, I would have stood up and applauded.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? I'm sorry to interrupt you with this, but it just popped in my head. It reminds me of a tweet I once sent. The tweet says, "There is nothing funny about rape. Unless it's prison rape, then it's hilarious." Yeah.
Well, Vinnie, in this situation,
listen, buddy, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Zero sympathy for this kid.
Well, in this case, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
There's nothing at all funny about rape. Nothing. But in this case,
yeah,
I agree with you. It was funny.
It's funny. It's I'm sorry. Kid deserves it. He deserves a lifetime of that because he took a life. He took a life without cause, not that there's ever cause, but yeah. Sorry, little B.
You got what you deserve.
You got what you deserve. Get ready for round 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on.
Exactly. I can't feel for him. And now, hopefully, this little punk that killed this 17-year-old because he just wanted to elf somebody up.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's getting the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope so.
Hopefully he's getting the same thing.
Yeah.
Human life is just too precious to be, just because you feel that way.
You think you're a badass. You think you're a badass. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
this story is it's quick and it doesn't even compare to the little B story, but this is my run-in with somebody who served hard time. I mean, prison time, federal prison time. Okay. One of the jobs I had while I was living in LA, working as, a comedian and an actor and all that stuff, not a lot of money to be made in LA. So I had myself a day job and was working in an office. And one of my coworkers who worked in the office, and I can't remember his name right now, I'm going to call him Daryl. He had done hard time. And I knew this, he made no bones about it. Like at lunchtime, he would tell stories and blah, 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 blah. And we became buddies. And he was one of the coolest guys. He looked just like Snoop Dogg. Matter of fact, I called him Snoop. Like he'd walk in, I go, Snoop, like that, and he go, all right, like that, and we hit five and stuff like that. And he'd always razz me, and I'd razz him back, and he thought I was funny, so he'd egg me on, and so I'd razz him back. So one day, he's ragging, and I go, step off, bitch, like that. And his face got real serious. And he looked around like this, looked back and front like this, and he got on it. He squatted because I was sitting in the chair. He squatted, so he was at eye level. He goes, and he was real serious. He goes, listen, man. He goes, I really like you. So I'm just going to tell you this one time. He goes, don't ever call me a bitch. He goes, I've been in prison, man. He goes, you have any idea what that means? And I was like, no. He goes, don't ever call me a bitch. He goes, I'm telling you this one time because I like you. He goes, all right, cool. And I walked away. But he got all serious on me. And I was like, I was scared of this motherfucker, dude. Yeah. His voice got to a lower octave. It's like he's staring me straight in the eye. He's pointing his finger in my face. I like you, so I'm just going to tell you this once. Yeah. So that's what I know about prison.
Yeah. Well, if they've been in prison, you know what not to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better be careful with them. I've never been close to anyone who's done hard time, but I have known several people who have done hard time, and man, they're a different breed, man. They're that hard time changes them.
Yeah,
it definitely does something to them, Vinnie.
Oh yeah.
I don't dare ask them, what happened to them while they were in there.
Yeah.
It's but I have interviewed several. I've had several prison cases where we've had clients we've took on cases that people were in prison and things happened to them when they were in prison. We'll talk about those cases later.
Okay.
You talk about a hard case, because prisoners, they don't know anything. They heard, and but they don't know anything. They can see it, but they'll never tell you they've seen it.
Yeah.
You can't win a prison case because you have no witnesses.
Right.
They won't talk to you. They won't tell you anything.
Yeah.
It's a different world in there.
It changes you, man.
Well, they won't talk because they're afraid if they talk, they'll have a beat down later on.
Right. If they got to go back to prison, yeah, you're not going to get them to talk, because that's like the lowest thing you could be is a snitch. Yeah. It's those guys. Though I'm not speaking from experience or anything like that, but I'm speaking from things that I've heard from, like, this guy Daryl, like I was telling you about, and another buddy of mine who's actually been to prison, who says, he goes, the worst thing you can be is a snitch, a rapist, or a child molester.
Yeah,
because those guys get beat down daily. A cop will get killed.
Yeah,
a cop that goes to prison, they like he gets a price put on his head immediately.
Yeah,
if they find out he's a cop. Yeah. Then this is federal prison. Yeah.
Well, we had a case where we were taking where a guy got raped in prison by a guy who had AIDS, and the guy who got raped had AIDS, and they put him in prison, and this guy was just raping everybody. He just raped everybody, just walked around naked raping everybody. But nobody would talk. Nobody would tell that he raped anybody because they were afraid of what would happen to them if they talked.
Right.
So it was a very we couldn't win the case. There was
Yeah.
no winning the case because nobody would talk. Nobody would tell us anything.
That's sad.
So it was we ended up dropping the case because it was because nobody would talk to us. I mean, I interviewed probably 100 people, even people that was raped by him, and they would all tell you the same thing. Well, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, wasn't you raped by him? Well, I heard I was raped by him. What do you mean you heard?
Yeah.
Did he rape you or not? Well,
It's really foggy
we,
about.
we were in the same cell block for a while.
I can't be sure.
It was just they just wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
And then I would tell them, I'd say, okay, off the record, just off the record. I turn my tape recorder off, and I would say, off the record. My tape recorder's off. You can see that it's off. I'm not recording anything, just between me and you. I'm not writing anything down, just between you. Why won't you talk? Because the prison guards, if it talks, the prison guards are going to take retribution on us. They're going to, they're going to whatever. They know where the blind spots in the cameras are. They're. And if it's something that one of the other prisoners, the guards will pay favor to the other prisoners. And then they'll take retribution on us. So we have to be careful. We just can't talk. We can't talk.
Yeah.
So it was a rough go at it. So, it's not a case, but when they get out, they'll talk to you if they're not going back. If they think they're not going to go back,
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to be labeled a snitch in prison. Definitely not.
No, I don't want to go to prison anyway.
Yeah, me neither. No way.
Yeah, I don't want Bubba's big hairy arm around my neck.
Yeah.
I don't want his beard breathing down on my neck.
No, not for me. No. I don't even want to find out if I don't like it. I can just tell you right now.
I know I don't like it, Vinnie.
I'm just going to tell you right now. I think I can make a pretty educated yes about that.
Yeah. I know
cool.
I don't like it.
I'm cool with never knowing.
Yeah, me too.
just not for me.
Yeah.
That was interesting, fun, and pretty cool, Lynn. Thanks.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, Vinnie. That was definitely. Yeah. I'm
Absolutely.
telling you, Vinnie, there's a lot of stuff in this world, Vinnie, that most people never see and never hear. That's just sickening to the mind. It's just it's so sickening to the mind.
Buddy, there's some sick crap out there. Yep. Sick. There are some sick, demented fucks. Pardon my language, everybody, in this world. And don't get me wrong. The majority of the world is good, but there are some sickos out there.
Yep.
Some sickos.
Yep.
Anyway, very fun. And thank you so much for being here and listening. If you like stand-up comedy and goofball videos, check me out online. My website is vinnie.com, vinnie.com. Links to all my social media is there. If you're looking for someone, if you need someone surveilled, if you are trying to serve someone papers, Lynn Lambdin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them your website.
LWIAS.com. Once again, that is LWIAS.com.
Yes. And thank you, Simple Funding and the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates for sponsoring this episode. If you need any of their services, tell them you heard about it on the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.